Good afternoon or morning. It's good morning where I am. And today is Haiku Friday, of course. What else day why else would I be speaking to you except for it is Haiku Friday and it is July 18th, 2025. A beautiful, glorious, not too hot morning yet in Spokane and just stoked to be here. Let's get going, shall we? We've got three for Max Q. Max Q pulled out all those stops this time. And here we go. First one, and they're all very diverse, I would say. First one for Max Q. Early morning snack. Sushi at 2:45? Maybe not so wise. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not, Max Q. Second one for Max Q. A basket of grapes. Bountiful fruit of the vine. Juicy, luscious, sweet. And Max had sent me a picture of him holding these giant, big thing of grapes. Oh my goodness, it looked lovely. Which I said, oh, those are the grapes of Rad. Because, I just couldn't resist myself. Third one for Max Q. It's following me. Apocalyptic Tesla, white as expected. I know, it is. I think white must be the most popular car or pickup truck color now, right? I mean, I don't know, which is weird. That never used to be the case. White cars you just didn't see much of, but now it's all the rage, which is good. I guess, you know what? I'm all for things changing, that's for sure. Thank you, Max Q. Now we have one from Bill. And Bill had attended a powwow, and it was beautiful, he said, and he sent me some pictures, and I love to get pictures from people sending me stuff, especially around their haikus. I just find it so inspirational. Bill has a great eye for photography. And here's Bill's haiku. A culture ignored, older than the pyramids, now rediscovered. And this haiku reminded me of something I read. It was called, in a book called Big Magic. And the author had written the book Eat, Pray, Love, or something like that. But it was all about kind of rediscovering your creativity, which I don't need to have rediscovered. It's out of control already. But she had talked about, being an activist and how as an activist you have to figure out whether you want to be a hero or you want to be the trickster, the coyote. And the thing about the hero is you get to have this valiant thing and, it's dramatic and then you die and that's it. But as a trickster, you get to kind of shift a little bit and move around and in the end defeat your enemy. But it is by just blending in, popping back out, all those things. And I really think that I was thinking about Native American culture from my perspective as a white person. It seems to me that their culture is so strong, even though they were victims of, pogroms, victims of apartheid, victims of basically genocide, but they survived that. And I think a lot of that was their wisdom of knowing when to bend. And sometimes we in Western culture aren't very good at that. Western is funny. Western culture, I would say most Western culture probably is Native American, right? But I should say European culture, that we are drawn to the heroic archetype and heading off to Valhalla and all that after we do these things. When really, if you want to be effective and keep things going, be the coyote, be the person who bends. Anyway, that's what Bill's thing made me think about that this morning. And that's why, your haikus, as much as I love reading them, and I hope that's a gift to you when you send them to me, that I get to read them out loud to people, but they are such a gift to me because they make me think about a lot of things. And that's one of them. So thank you, Bill. And speaking of making me think about things, Rikosan sent this haiku, and this is a great example. I wrote Rikosan of saying how just 17 syllables can say so much. Are you ready? Here's Rikosan's. The machine we built through blind human ambition, harvesting our pain. Now, I always will print these haikus, hopefully in the format you see them. If you go to the website, you'll have to go to the YouTube connection there to see these, or in another fashion, you could Facebook on my blog, spokanorama.blogspot.com, or spokanorama.com will get you there too. So you can read this again, and to me, this is a classic of the power of poetry. Yes, poetry is one of the most powerful forces on earth, I'm beginning to think. And you can go through scripture and look at that as poetry and think about what it entails. Yeah, fewer words, more beauty, more color. Anyway, so that was Rikosan's. Thank you, Rikosan. Here is mine. Divest from evil. Save money and harvest joy. Fascist fixtures fall. And I don't know about you, but every day I am fascinated by the Dow Jones Industrial Average. I follow it every day, and that we have gone down this road of evil in our country, just pure palpable evil, the things we've done to other countries, the things we're doing to ourselves in violation of the Constitution. Seeing press institutions, media institutions fall in line with this fascism for the bottom dollar, keeping the stock market afloat, which I think is just so, it shows you the lack of wisdom, as things seem to be okay, but we're getting rid of our workers, getting rid of immigrants, violating the norms, violating the law in doing these things, yet stock market just keeps inching up, and then it'll fall, and then it'll jump, of course, which of course is market manipulation, and another one of the evils of the Trump administration. But probably one of the biggest evils right now that's facing me is Paramount Plus's decision to get rid of Colbert, which they say, oh, it's nothing to do with politics. It's just a shifting late night scene and blah, blah, blah. Bullshit. Bullshit. You know, it's funny. Paramount Plus, you will be forever tied to Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump and all these evil, I don't like to swear, but evil fucks. And you are going to go down the road with them into history, and I will divest from Paramount Plus. So that is something that we're going to do. I just don't know whether to do it right away as a response to the message that they had canceled Colbert, or I don't know whether to wait until actually they do cancel Colbert. I'm not really sure. I'd like some guidance on that. If you have an opinion whether it's good to get rid of it right now or wait, I would have looked forward to seeing the new episode of the new Star Trek show. Is it Enterprise? Or To Boldly Go, or Where No Man Has Gone Before, whatever it's called. They're getting to be kind of run one into the other. They're milking it pretty hard. But I start thinking, those shows aren't long for this world either. 60 Minutes is not long for this world. All these things that point to a better future, that try to enlighten the mind. They just got rid of PBS, funding for PBS. So, they want to make people mean and stupid, because that is the name of the game. And our own Representative Michael Baumgartner leading the charge of that, because he is a person with no honor. And a lot of these shows like Star Trek talk about honor, and honor is the enemy right now. So anyway, I'm kind of wondering, should I quit now, or should I Should I quit Paramount Plus now or wait until they fire Colbert? I'm not sure. Let me know what you think. Uh, what else is new? Oh, by the way, I've done this with Amazon Prime. Once Jeffrey Bezos surrendered to Trump via the Washington Post stuff, it was like, well, I don't need Amazon Prime anymore. And believe me, I would get like 3 shipments a day. I don't get any shipments anymore. Buy all my stuff local. I'm saving a ton of money and not feeding the fascist machine. And I happen to see a lot less Amazon trucks on the road these days, and I think I'm probably not the only one doing this. So that's what we need to do, or what I need to do. Do whatever you want to do. Right now I'm doing a painting. It's my wife and I, when we were in Chicago, there was a painting called Day's Truth by Ferdinand Holder, and it's a picture of his wife, who is a skinny, it looks like she's 12, 14 years old, back in the day. She probably wasn't that young, but she was a young, skinny gal. And I told my wife, I'd like to paint you like this. And I thought she would just laugh at me, but she said, yeah, okay, let's do that. So I'm painting her, and it's such a cool pose. I'm looking at it right now, and unfortunately, it's going to be a great painting, but nobody's ever going to see it except for me and Sarah. Oh, yeah, but it's going to be really freaking cool. Yeah. So that's going on, painting a lot, puppets, making things left and right. We had a block watch party last night, which was so much fun. The food was so good and the conversation was fun. And we sang songs. There last night. It was a blast. So I wanted to share, before I go, share one last thing with you. Something that I'm doing that I realized as things heat up, and of course, as things heat up, yours truly, safety is going to be more and more compromised, I guess. But I feel a need to speak up. I'm not going to shut up as a trans woman, person who's basically told they have no right to exist anymore. I feel like I need to speak up, and I need to be creative. I need to stay happy. And how do I do that? Well, I was reading a biography of David Lynch, and I think I might have talked about this before, where David Lynch, the biographer read her chapter, and then David Lynch would kind of comment on it and tell his stories. But transcendental meditation kept coming up in this. And then it started coming up in conversation with people. So I started looking into it, and David Lynch had set up a foundation called the David Lynch Foundation. And it provides free transcendental meditation lessons to kids in school, to veterans, to first responders. You just have to apply for it, and if accepted, I think the TM lessons are usually about $500. And so I signed up for it, and I got immediately accepted. And my instructor, Penny, who was friends with David Lynch and friends with a bunch of other folks that you would know probably, who have used transcendental meditation to improve their lives and keep them happy and healthy. She was my instructor, and my wife Sarah got interested into it. We had to pay for hers, and like I said, it's about $500. And we did this about a month ago, and $500 gets you the lessons, but it also keeps you connected as long as you want to be connected with an app, and also lessons and things like that. And I have to say, it has been really wonderful. It's one of the most simple things you would ever learn to do, but it is a deep well upon which I draw from every day to stay optimistic. I would say. I don't say I'm hopeful, because I don't think there's much to be hopeful for right now, but I am very optimistic and very happy. And I think the TM has really helped with that. And so, anyway, I'm not plugging, it's not a cult, there's no religious beliefs associated with it. It's a technique that's pretty old, pretty time honored, and pretty scientifically proven. But if you are interested, reach out to me. I can send you videos. But if not, man, more power to you. And I'm just saying what I've been doing. And I hope everybody's staying happy and healthy. And these are the times we were built for. These are the times to be a hero, right? And in a coyote fashion. We have to be wise about what we do and how we accomplish what we're going to accomplish. But there is no reason to hide. We're this, as the billionaires failed us, people with lots of money and resources who could have fought this thing, as they fall by the wayside, it's going to be up to us. Moral, decent, intelligent, happy, creative people. And that creativity can come for me, it comes, I think there's a faith tradition in that. Maybe for you, it's more of a humanist or rationalist perspective. But I do feel connected probably more than I've felt in my whole life. And a lot of that is to fight, to stand up against this evil. I wouldn't even say fight. It's just, you just have to stand up. So that's it for me. And I didn't mean to get too preachy, and sorry for wasting your time. But send me your haikus. Why don't you? HaikuFriday.com. Send them my way. And we will, I'll read them here. We will all love them. And I thank you in advance. HaikuFriday.com. Or go to Spokane. It's just search Spokanorama. SPOKANARAMA. And that'll get you wherever you need to go, including some of the art stuff. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a great weekend. Love you. Bye.